wonderful people. How's everyone going? How is everyone doing after a week of just, I don't know, talk about the stuff going on in Africa. So Africa has a place in my heart. It's a beautiful continent with many, many different countries and a lot of people and just some fabulous people going on down there. And they don't get talked about very much. The continent is made smaller on the world map, which kind of really irritates me. Yeah, so, I've been delving into what's been going on in the continent of Africa. I found all of the Ugandan stuff. It was funny. So uncovered a scam going on in Uganda. Yeah, so going on with that, what I do to try and save people from Scientology a lot is go on Facebook and search through posts, search through groups that are Scientology related, and just comment and say, did you know this? Did you know that? Could you look into this? I'll put links to websites and all sorts of stuff like that. I'll sometimes go onto people's individual profiles and send them a message and say, hey, because what's going on over there is they're setting up a lot of NGOs for community groups and orphanages and stuff like that and helping people out in different countries in Africa. But they're also spreading their, the way to happiness, the drug-free world stuff, the Youth for Human Rights, and they are, 8-year-olds, yeah. There's a lot of activity going on down there. Tricky Woo, hello. I don't think, have I seen you before? I like the name. G'day. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in Kyalami Castle. They have Sea Org there. I believe it's there. And a lot of people are going there because it's cheaper. So anyway, long story short, I've had an interest in Africa and exposing stuff, the Scientology stuff going on there, warning people, because they've got a bit more kind of free reign over there and it's a lot cheaper to set things up. So they're really pushing their front groups and, enticing people in. In Ghana, they have tried to open an applied scholastics centre as well as a church. I've been in touch with the man that owned the piece of land that they were trying to build on. He was also involved in the planning of the church for them. They tried to recruit him into the Sea Org, and he's since pulled out, thank goodness. So, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do, what your charity does, please?
My name is Ibrahim. I am based in Ghana, specifically the northern part of Ghana. I am the founder and executive director of the Center for Communities Education and Youth Development. It is a youth-focused organization which is based in the northern part of Ghana.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
In non-profit. And we are registered with the Registrar General of Ghana, which is responsible for giving certificates for those who are working in the social sector.
Awesome. Okay.
Sector.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Okay. Was talking to your Facebook posts, right? You put something about it being approved to be able to build an applied scholastics centre, right? And so I was like, I got scared, for you because I'm not applied scholastics. And I didn't expect you to message me. I thought you were going to think that I was crazy or, because I comment to a lot of people to try and help them to stay away from Scientology. But you did. You messaged me, and I'm so glad that you did. And I'm really glad that you listened to what I had to say.
It needs to be part of it. And then I just realized that, no, what you are telling me is really true.
Why that
shouldn't in any way involve myself in it. Because I started, I was basically doing an education on, the capacity. The way to happiness. Then about the way to happiness.
Yeah, it's just like the Ten Commandments, right? It's just simple.
Let me just give you a copy of it. Let me show you.
Oh, I definitely know what it is.
Sorry. Yeah.
It's so sweet.
Yeah. So that's the master copy.
This is one of the.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah. I know one of the front groups, this is how they try to get people in. They got The Way to Happiness, Foundation for a Drug-Free World, Youth for Human Rights,
Exactly.
the volunteer ministers. What else?
I'm loving all the things.
Yeah. So that's how they found you. They found you online. You saw Way to Happiness, free booklets. You know, so you ordered some and they came for free. They were free.
Yeah, I ordered from and then they sent me the whole lot, and I was giving out to children in the schools because I'm passionate about helping children. Because you live in a community and the children don't even have books to read.
I know.
So I didn't have books to provide to the children, so we engaged them. So, and then all of a sudden you see that some people started donating individually, donating books to me.
Okay.
Yeah, they started donating to me, and I was expanding, and I was giving out to children.
Didn't donate any money though.
I don't get that support again because I don't want to involve people into it because you can see that initially in my Facebook page you could see that I was sharing those, I was doing this and what have you.
Yeah.
And then that ring a bell when a volunteer from Germany came to my office to assist me. He saw those books and he was kind of worried. He said, "No, I shouldn't be involved in this." So I never thought it was something serious. He even told me that because of my involvement in that, some people may deny me some donations or some grants.
Yeah.
So when you contacted me, all those
bloody signal.
things refreshing my mind, and I said, "No, I have to really control myself." You know, I have books about Scientology.
Yeah.
It's just packed in the house because it was sent to me. Yeah, I stopped reading everything because I don't want to implicate myself in any way. And was it last 3 years or 4 years? I even applied to go to South Africa to go to their cause. I wanted to go there and I stayed there for some time. But unfortunately, I was denied the visa. So that saved me. I would have been in one of.
Yeah, thank God. Because they will make you join the Sea Org there, you know? And do you still have the contracts they asked you to sign? I would love to see the contract.
Organizations, yes, I know it quite.
There's a bit missing there where he said that they called him to go to Flag, right? So they asked him to join the Sea Org and he was going to join the Sea Org, right? And then now he's talking about the contract, the Sea Org contract. So that bit must have got cut off. Yeah, and so I've been talking to him for about a year. And at first, we were talking to each other every day. And we've tried many times to do an interview and just not have the signal or, something's going on. So, yeah, I'm really, really glad I got to finally do this and talk to him. So if it doesn't make sense, that's what happened. He was asked to go to Flag and he was looking through this contract and he just talks about it.
But I have to check through my archives to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have those things, but I'll have to check in my archives to get them out. Yeah.
With the contract, I've never heard of them saying that your children have to come, and I think because their numbers have been shrinking and shrinking and shrinking as people are getting more awareness about their crimes and taking advantage of countries that need help and stuff. And so the contract, did it say you have to sign 1 billion years?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it because if you are signing a contract, it should be either 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years. But if you sign something which has.
But the reason that do you know why they say 1 billion years?
No.
Because they believe that you're a human body with an alien spirit inside, and the alien spirit is immortal, lives forever, and goes to another body and another body and another body. The Satan. Oh no, I didn't edit that properly. Oops. Holding the cans and the machine they have.
Yeah,
but it's hypnosis. It's hypnosis. It's all mind control, and they gain your trust with these front groups, this Way to Happiness, and This to gain your trust. They give you lots of love. All the friends coming to be friends with you and tell you how amazing you are and help you or whatever. When they have you hooked, if you trust them, then they will try and take everything for you, and they will do it slowly. They play the long game because they think they live forever.
Yeah, and one funny thing is that sometimes you see people reaching out that you can donate to the international whatever.
Oh no, not the IAS. It goes to the leader. It goes to the leader. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see it now because I've now gone through a whole lot and I've read a lot about the wiki and I realized that no, that's very dangerous.
I'm so glad.
I know about the signing, when I was asked, they asked if you have a family, if you have children, if your children are below 18 years, then you cannot come. If you are divorced, then fine, because they don't want you to have a wife who is outside from Scientology.
I was going to say Scientology. And if you do, they will disconnect. So disconnect families.
The children should be, like, if they are below 18, maybe they're not mature enough. And for that matter, they can't take decision on their own.
I think it's because they're not mature enough.
If they are grown, then you can come with them.
Right. On the visa, you can bring them. Yeah, right.
Yes, exactly.
Do you know what type of visa? Do you know which visa it was? Was it a religious visa or a working visa or?
Yeah, I think that is the reason why they denied me the visa to South Africa. I was going to South Africa.
Yeah.
They denied me the visa because I did it. I was supposed to go there for 2.5 years. That is what I did in the site, the form. And the category of visa was delayed.
Right.
If you are going there,
it's delayed.
That means it should be a working visa.
Yeah. Okay.
So when this needs to be a working visa and they seems to be some sort of transactions, that would be the reason why they denied me the visa. The passport was with them for more than 8 months.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, and I couldn't get a visa, and I was traveling to the same South Africa for an event. I was invited by African Union to represent my country in a certain program in Namibia. I don't know what it is, Namibia. So I went to the embassy, and I have to write to them saying that I don't need a visa anymore to South Africa.
Okay.
I wrote to them, and I was on a visa back.
Yeah, okay.
So when I got the visa, I just went to Namibia.
Yeah.
For the program that I was to go.
I'm just wondering if they still try to contact you. They're still asking.
Yeah, exactly. This so long ago, they called me. They reached out to me, asking me if I'm still interested.
Yeah.
And just recently, one lady too contacted me and said she wants to link me to one person here in Ghana who is also promoting the Harvard books. So the lady reached out to me and I told her that I'm no more interested in doing anything with them because I am not very busy and focused on my humanitarian activities.
Yeah. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. And yeah, I don't know if you've looked up the history of Hubbard. It's very bad. It was
yeah. It brings a lot about him.
Oh, I'm so glad. You're safe,
Thank you. And all your efforts.
Oh, well, your friend in Germany as well. But, that was 3 years ago or something? Yeah.
Yeah. Here as a volunteer. My organization, we normally get people from other countries to come and support us. In this case, he was a community development expert.
Okay.
He was a development expert. So he came to Ghana, he followed us to the communities, our activities, and what have you. So when he saw that in our education activities, I was using the way to happiness and then to business,
yeah,
he was passionate.
Because in Germany, I'm pretty sure it's recognized as a cult. It's not. They won't recognize it as a religion.
Oh.
Yes, they won't to have recognition as a religion. It's a cult.
Yeah.
But they're still there. They still build a church there. They don't care. They do what they want. They think they are above the law. They're very dangerous, you know. Yeah.
I was just thinking of even having a school because I was just convinced and brainwashed to the extent that I needed to have a school here to practice that.
Yeah.
And I even went to some place and I was kind of serious about that. You know, and then one guy who is part of them assured me that they'll give me the support, and I did a whole lot of things, the feasibility studies and what I do, and finally he disappointed me. You see, so that disappointment too, it saves me because I'm no more involved in it. I'll keep as it first. Yeah. And currently, thank God that the land that I was trying to use to build that thing, I'm now going to, it's a 4-acre land that I am now trying to use to build a school to train the youth and women in vocational and technical skills.
Yeah. So they wanted you to build it. They wanted to use it to build applied scholastics center, but with your
applied scholastics.
Yeah. It makes me so cross. I get so
It's so sweet.
And then did you say something about a church as well? You did some plans for
in Ghana, we don't have the Scientology church here.
No.
Yeah, we don't have that in Ghana. Yeah. But my idea, you know, having a link with most of them, my idea was that of thinking that it is something that is very good and that can change lives.
Yeah.
One way that they were enslaving people. So that was the idea of me thinking of having the applied scholastic center here.
Yeah.
And then gradually I can establish a center, Scientology center. When you enlightened me, I realized that no, this is a death trap.
I'm so glad. Yeah.
Where I'm heading to is not safe.
Yeah. I think I must have got you just at the right time because some people I've messaged them and they're already brainwashed. Their brain has gone and they are very deep in it and they think they're rude to me or they delete me or block me and they say, no, you don't understand. They do all of this stuff for the world, you know, because they have these fantastic advertising, you know, all the films they make. They have a whole really high-tech kind of recording studio, like a movie making place in America, you know, called Golden.
Just recently, someone just saw me and then text me saying that he has seen somebody in my friends who is against Scientology, and as such, I should block such people.
Oh my God, yeah, because you've got so many Scientologists in your friends. Because they add you. You've got
So they said I should block. They will just identify somebody and then say this is anti-Scientology. And for that matter, you need to block them. You need to block the person in question. So
he didn't though.
If you're asking me to block someone, why are you saying that? If you're doing something good, why are you afraid of people criticizing you?
Exactly, yeah. But it's all part of Hubbard's game of Hubbard. Anybody who criticizes Scientology, anybody who is connected to somebody who criticizes, they are a suppressive person, you know, and it's going to bring you bad, you know, and then you have to have the auditing, which costs money, and then the N theta as well. Everything has to be theta. Everything that's theta is good. N theta is watching something that's anti-Scientology, or they're very against psychiatry as well. They think all psychiatrists are evil and they should die. They should die or be raped. This is what they say in the policies. It's disgusting. And the more up and up you go, the more dangerous it gets. It's very, very dangerous. They believe that if you have cancer, you can treat it with the auditing. You know, they've denied medical help for people and they've died. So, and I think you've frozen again.
The link is down again.
Oh, you're back.
The link is very bad. It's very bad. Actually.
Because you're not in the city of Ghana, you're in a rural area. How many hours from the capital?
Yeah, you know, Ghana is Ghana is having 16 administrative regions.
Yeah.
Greater Accra is the capital, which is the seat of the government, and I am in the northern part of Ghana.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the northern part of Ghana, which is 1 hour flight from Accra to Tamale is 1 hour by flight, and then 12 hours by bus.
Yeah. Okay.
If you are going to the capital city, it is 12 hours by bus and then 1 hour by flight. So it's very far. And
Yeah.
where I am, the northern part is deprived from a whole lot of economic activity because we don't have mineral resources like the southern part. They have gold, they have oil, they have all the minerals. But here, over 80% of the people in the northern region are farmers.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We rely on farming, and here we only have one season. Farming season is only once. So when the rain starts, you plow for 4 months. After the 4 months, dry season for 6 months.
Yeah. Okay. What about education?
So public
Sorry.
education, yes, education is catching up with us. Education, we are catching up with the southern parts of the country, but the rural communities are really finding it very hard to cope with the cities.
Yeah.
You know, the cities, they have libraries, they have good infrastructure. But if you go to the villages, they don't have libraries, they don't even have books to read.
Yeah.
Some people, I could remember some video was just circulating a girl who was afraid to touch the mouse of a computer because she has never seen it before.
Oh, no.
So no books, no library, no nothing. Even some teachers, those who are teaching them, some people don't even have email addresses. How more?
Yeah.
You understand? So what we are doing in as our way of contributing to society is at times try to reach out to those who cannot afford the reading books, to get them reading materials, those who cannot afford school uniforms, to afford them, to get them some reading uniforms, and then supporting the youth in dress making, that is tailoring, and welding too. So you see, I was telling you that I was filling a form, and I need 20 minutes to finish the form before I come back to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that form, I was filling it to request for some tools from one organization to help us with tools. So with machines, carpentry tools, masonry tools, and welding tools to help the rural folks, to help the rural youth, especially the girl child, to be able to gain an employable skills.
Yeah. No, that's great. That's awesome. All right. So you've cut off from them. So you've left all their groups and things. And what you're so brave for like saying I don't have anything to do with this. I'm so glad that you do. And I've heard so many stories about where they're sending you mail, sending all these letters and newsletters all the time. Do they send you lots of mail in the
A lot. Even now, I still receive those information. I still receive the information. And you know, I was doing the online courses, self-analysis, problems at work, and what did you? Even now, if you check my inbox, a whole lot of emails say that you have any problem, do you need assistance for us to guide you to do your course? You've left the course for over 2 years or 1 year. A whole lot of stories about that. And because I'm no more interested, they even call all the time asking me if I'm still I will be doing my course. They even paid for it because they wanted me to do it.
Yeah. Oh, did they pay? They paid you to do courses for volunteer ministers, and they?
Yeah, some courses are free, but some courses they pay to do it.
Yeah.
Like I finished self-analysis and dynamics. So now self-analysis. Now I'm moving to problem at work.
Yeah.
Problem at work. That's it.
Please don't.
No, I'm not even talking. There was a period that you reach out to me. That was a period that you reach out to me. So since I'm not even open and book to read about anything regarding the
because even Dianetics, when you read the book Dianetics, that is the start of the process of the mind control stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
Sure. Yeah.
yeah. Oh God, I'm so glad.
It's so.
But they will never stop
Yeah.
mail. Okay, they will never stop. There are people I've heard of that have been getting mail for 30 years, and they moved house, and somehow they find them. They find their new house, and they still sending them mail for decades.
Wow.
Years and years. Yeah, I don't know how they find people. They have their own intelligence agency with private investigators and all sorts of stuff. Big top lawyers. They have a lot of money.
Oh no! What's happened? Oh, it's all right. Oh, what is going on?
Yeah, just keep me updated if anything.
Sorry about that.
Bad happens or anything you're worried about. You know, I'm always here if you need to ask questions. I've been studying about Scientology for over 10 years, and I know lots and lots of stuff about it. Yeah. And I have friends that are ex-Scientologists that have been abused in the church, and they covered up the crimes, you know. So yeah.
Because of my interest, I was having greater interest of moving out of the country.
Yeah.
Because of the challenges that I have faced, and like I told you the other time, I just want a situation where I may go out, struggle to get some resources, and then come back to continue the help that I offer to people. So I was just eager to move out. And, they were always telling me that, oh, come to USA, come to this, come to that, a whole lot of things, South Africa, and what have you. And I was eager to go.
Yeah.
But now that I have seen the reality, I've just taken that off my mind. And I believe that without them, I can move ahead. Without them, I can still do the work that I love doing. My passion is just to make sure that every child have access to good education. Every child or every community have access to good water, potable water.
Yeah.
Or those people in the rural communities, they have equal access to those in the cities and what have you. And that is exactly what I want to do. And I have the belief and passion, and I have the deeper conviction that it will work.
You do. You have great energy. You really do. But and this is what really disgusts me about Scientology is they know this. They know there are really good people who want to help. And something similar happened in Uganda. There was a guy. So with the volunteer ministers, that's how they get a lot of people in. There was a guy. They took him in to work for volunteer ministers in a remote village in Uganda.
Oh, I'm so sorry about these sound things.
English, and then they never paid him. And what they were doing is this one Ugandan man, his volunteer minister, but he was doing a scam with an American lady and telling everyone they were taking photos of the children doing. Do you know what the communication course where you have to sit one person in a chair, you sit opposite each other in the chairs and stare at each other for 2 hours. You have to do this. They were getting the children sitting there doing this and reading all of Hubbard's books and taking photographs.
Bloody signal, and I'm sorry about the sound things. That program's obviously shit.
There's this American woman. They get the people to be volunteer ministers. They do the 19 free courses, and then they get them to go to disaster sites. They make all the African people, all the black people doing all of the hard work. You don't see them doing it, and trying to take them to the Sea Org, and it just makes me think, it's not good. Then they take photographs. They ask people, make it look like you're doing some digging, or that they're taking pictures of children and telling people that they were orphans and they were going to build an orphanage for these children. But they weren't orphans. So they were saying, they're taking photos of these buildings and this land, and it was all fake. They're saying, we're going to build an orphanage here. These children, taking pictures of people's children at a school and saying these are orphans and we need money for their uniforms, money for their books. And it was all a lie. It was all a lie. These were children where their parents are working hard to pay for their children to go to school, you know. And it's hard to do that in some African countries, you know, and they must be very proud to be able to do that. And then they're having their children paraded as orphans. It's disgusting. And then all these rich American people are donating money to this lady that's doing a scam. And Ugandan men, he knows all about it. He's taking the photos, sending them to America, and she's paying him maybe a little bit of money, you know, little bit of money. American money, it's a little bit of money, but it's a lot in Uganda.
Yeah.
He's got himself a car. He's got a car. He's just got a second wife. You know, he's living this good life. He's going to university. You have to pay for a wife, don't you? You know, so it's like he's going to university, and it's all a scam. How I found out again, it was messaging. I found out because there was another man who did the volunteer ministers. He got sent to work with the scam one. Asked him to do all this fake stuff.
Okay.
He said, "No, this is wrong. I'm not doing fake stuff." And so he left. And then he was talking. I messaged him, and he told me all about it. And I did an interview with him as well, because I'm trying to expose them. So we got lots of evidence, and we actually went to the FBI. I went to the FBI, all the evidence, because they were using photographs of, like you say, getting taps for the villages for them so they have water. She was making fake stories saying, "Oh, this village, we just got the tap, and then there's these children with the water."
The number of pictures I've sent to them, it's their name videos.
No, it works. I get the picture, I do Google reverse image search. It tracks the source of the image. It was an image from Kenya. It wasn't even from there. It was somebody else's photo. They were stealing photos from the internet and pretending that they were getting water. And I contacted the water company for that region. I contacted the water company and I said, "Have you put any taps in these areas recently? Or do you service this area?" Because she was putting photographs of the water engineers putting the pipes in the road. I zoomed in on their uniform. I saw the name of the water company. I contacted, and it was all a lie. It was all a lie. So I was being a detective, you know. But yeah, it's my passion to try and save people from this.
Yeah, and that's the right thing that you're doing. Because currently people are in there without doing things. That's what they're doing. And if you go in there, as deep as you go, you'll brainwash you, and you'll not think of right again, and you'll be doing things that is not good again.
They will try.
I like your hair dye. It's really nice. They kind of do that.
It's so sweet. It's the next time. They will, if you have family, they will separate you. If you have money, they will take all your money. If you don't have money, they will take you as a slave. They will take you as a slave. They will have you doing renovations in houses, building churches, digging trenches. They have very, very strict punishment. You know, you'll be eating very little food. But I know some people, you know, some African countries, might be desperate. They want to get out of their country, and maybe they think it's going to be a better life, you know, and then they're getting conned.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking that when I get there, it will be better for me. That was initially what I was thinking. Yeah, I was just thinking of getting out of my country because since we're waiting the right and what I do, I know I wasn't getting the right support for what I was doing. I was trying all that I can, trying to raise funds to do things and what I do. And it was great. I know I told you some time back that I'm also into farming. You know, I'm also into farming. But some year will come, you not have resources to farm, and that year that means you go through a whole lot of things. And so when you go through these challenges, any little thing like that, you will want to capitalize on it just to move out of the country.
Yeah.
But when I saw the contract and realized, no, that's after you telling me a little about them, I just said, no, this is not the place to go. I just have to
and they take your passport as well. You go to flag and they will take your passport.
Oh no.
You don't have a chance of going out.
No.
I'm going to Nairobi. I'm going to Nairobi on Saturday for a meeting.
Yeah.
Nairobi, Kenya.
Yeah.
I'm going for it. And I'll be going on Saturday. I'll be leaving Ghana.
Yeah.
And I'll return on somewhere. Yeah. I'll be back somewhere 13th or 14th. I'll be back in Ghana on the 14th.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. But they're doing stuff there. I found evidence of Scientology doing stuff in 20 African countries. They are trying to infiltrate, because they go to the governments, they go to the police, they help lots of people start up non-profits because they want to get into the community. That was Hubbard's plan. He has a whole battle plan of infiltrating and taking over. And they call it safe pointing. I lost you again.
This part of the country is not the way it does. The network is very bad.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, we are experiencing that a lot.
Yeah. But I mean, I was wondering if there's any way that maybe you can warn these countries, if when you go, just tell people, because I know it's like a drop in the ocean, because Africa is such a huge continent. There's so many people, so many countries, but even if I can help a few people and try and stop it spreading, because I made a map of Africa and I put red dots all the places where they've been contacting people and doing courses, and then I put blue dots for where their churches are, and it's like a disease taking over the content of Africa. I love African countries and stuff. I do. I love all countries, and I'm fighting for people in my country as well. In America, all around the world, India, they're influencing the Philippines, Sri Lanka. In Africa, they're trying South Sudan. Where else? Ivory Coast, Ghana, Nigeria. I think they have Narconon. Have you heard of Narconon?
Narconon.
It's so dangerous. People have died. It's not.
Even in Nigeria, they have nice scholastic centers there too.
There's lots of us on YouTube that we can, because kids.
Oh, okay, that's great.
Kids cannot consent. That's our tagline, and we want to stop children being brainwashed. That's our main goal. Because they're innocent beings, and they don't know what's happening to them, and
I said you need to get the cat some food.
My cat was
got lots of food.
yeah.
It's night time. She wants to go out and hunt.
Oh, okay.
Kills the mice. She kills the mice, and then she brings them in the house.
Doesn't have the best smile.
And then they die, and it stinks.
Yeah. That's it.
Not allowed. All right. Okay. I better go anyway, because it's getting late, and I need to go to bed. It's
What's the time? What's the time now at your place?
10:45 p.m.
Oh,
Yeah.
and here is 2:45.
Oh, cool. So I'm 8 hours ahead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8 hours. Oh, that's great.
So you're same as the UK? Are you the same as the UK then? UK time?
Yeah.
So originally I'm from the UK, so all my family is in the UK. Yeah. You keep up the good work, and I don't want to stay away from Scientology. Be careful for them.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Lovely to speak to you, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
How fucking lovely is he? He's such a sweetheart. I absolutely adore him. He's been a great friend. We've been in touch for, like I say, probably just under a year. Just an incredible human. So the sort of work he does, he's I've
been trying to get hold of him, and like where we were meant to do an interview, and he's been in the hospital with a girl that's just been like raped. He has people in his own home. His brother passed away, and he's taken on his children. He's just the happiest, most energetic, passionate person, and he really truly wants to make a difference in his country. And I just think he's incredible. So it was funny because the Scientologist reached out to him and said, "Oh, you know, there's a girl on your Friends that's anti-Scientology," and asked him to disconnect, and he didn't. So I was just like, yay. So he actually started another profile because he's just got so many Scientologists on his. He's got 1.5K friends, and most of them are freaking Scientologists. Let me just find the Facebook group, and I'll drop the link in. He helps children, so child brides, FGM, you know, so like female genital mutilation, just trying to educate kids. They do loads of different activities and stuff. And yeah, and so Scientology got hold of him, I think 3 years ago, through Way to Happiness. Yeah, Way to Happiness. And then, like he said, all these Scientologists are reaching out and donating books. None of them donate money. And this is the way, like, how it's so messed up. I've got a Scientologist on my page who's been arguing with everything that I'm putting up, and I've left him there just because, you know, I know he's not going to listen to little old me, but sometimes you can plant a seed and hope that they will question stuff. And, you know, my biggest sign at the next protest is going to be your doubts are valid. I think that's really powerful, and I think that, you know, every Scientologist must have doubts. They really, you know. I made like a GoFundMe for this kid, and he's 23. I added this Scientologist to like a group chat, and we were trying to like encourage donations and stuff, and he just sort of ignored everyone. And I just thought, well, you know, there you go, because they're degraded beings or whatever. They see homeless people as degraded beings, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's what they think. And, you know, so how are you helping the planet? And it's all about pushing Hubbard's books. It's all about getting everyone onto Dianetics, and that's how the planet's going to be saved. You know, they sent him, so this Abu, who was just on, they did start off with the Way to Happiness, then it was the Volunteer Ministers, then it was Youth for Human Rights. If you go on his Facebook page, he does have all the pictures of the kids with the Way to Happiness, all of the Youth for Human Rights, all of that. And I said, you know, his friend said to him 3 years ago, the German one said, "Oh, you know, this Scientology stuff, it might stop people giving you donations." And I said the same. I said, especially for my community, if they go onto your page and see all these kids with Way to Happiness, they're going to think, "Oh, no, Scientology, no, it's fake, it's a scam." It really isn't. He's just, you know, the photos look good compared to other photos that he has. Like he said, these kids don't have any books. They don't have anything to read. So in his mind, any book is okay to read, you know, just to practice reading in general. I mean, Way to Happiness is pretty harmless, I think, but it's more the kind of premise behind it, isn't it? So yeah, I will keep people updated as soon as his website's up and running, or if anyone wants to help towards the cost of getting his website, it's either $63 or $67. I do have his Western Union details. I don't want to go putting them out everywhere because it has his name and address and everything on it. So if anyone wants to donate, you can stick it in my PayPal or whatever, or let me know, and I can forward it on to him through Western Union so he can get his website up again and then use the donation thingy through there. Otherwise, I will be donating to him whenever I can, here and there. But like I said, I've got the protest coming up. So, yeah, just reach out if you'd like to help him out. That would be amazing. He deserves all the support in the world, man. He's a true angel, you know, he really is. It's difficult if you're under the radar and your family's in. That's, you know, it's so hard. And that's what I mean, you know, the suppressive and the end theta and all that, it's so much control. And I don't see how, it's just slow indoctrination, isn't it? They can't see it. But one of the guy, I keep saying it, but the guy I spoke to outside the Perth org, the Scientologist, I said, look, this is data stuff. I said, if you're being told what you can and can't watch, don't you think that's a bit dodgy? And he went, I never thought of it like that. And I always wonder where that guy is. And he's still in. And, you know, I really want to start going down to the org more and seeing the ins and outs and checking in on people, you know. Yeah. So, yeah, and that is my main purpose. And they've been doing it for quite a while, but they seem to be kind of ramping it up maybe. I know the ED for my local org, so in Perth, the ED, the executive director, so that the leader, it's a family-run org. He probably about I don't know if it's around 10 to 12 years ago, he did there was a massive big thing going around Asia. Went to the Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, all of that, you know, doing loads of work and stuff. And oh, that'd be lovely. I think, you know, even just sending books, and he was saying he was asking for tools, you know, to teach people. Just to teach these people their own skills so they can be self-sufficient, dressmaking, sewing machines, things like that, you know. It would be lovely. It'd be just, you know, and sometimes he has, you know, over our contact over the last year, he does get kind of down sometimes, and he's like, oh, I just, you know, doesn't feel like he can get the donations. He's not moving forward, and really wants to help these people. So it's he you know, he was asking if there's anything he can do over here to make some money and then send back, you know. He doesn't want to give up on it, and I really admire him for that.